Hello, I'm Tom Palmer and I'm a children's author, and I wrote a book called Angel Grasmere, and I'm really pleased that my book Angel Grasmere has been chosen for this summer's Summer Reading Challenge. So the Summer Reading Challenge is a challenge that you can do during the summer, and you can go to your public libraries. Most public libraries do this, and you can read 6 books over the summer holidays, and you get a pack and stickers and stuff like that, and you get a certificate, and you get a sense of achievement of reading 6 books during the summer holidays. And this year, 2025, the theme is, and I'm just going to read it because I keep getting it wrong: Story Garden, Adventures in Nature and the Great Outdoors. And so it's celebrating outdoors, it's celebrating nature, it's celebrating stories and books to do with the great outdoors. And that's why I'm so thrilled Angel has been picked, actually, because Angel Grasmere is set in the great outdoors. This is the great outdoors. This is the greatest outdoors in England, in my opinion. This is the English Lake District, and I love it here. But this book is also, as well as being set in the great outdoors, is also an adventure. So I think it really fits with the theme, and that's why I'm so chuffed the reading agency have chosen it. And what I wanted to do is encourage you, first of all, to join the Summer Reading Challenge. Go to your public library, find out how you can join. You get your free bits and bobs, and then you can read your 6 books over the summer holidays. You get stickers and a certificate and things like that. And I think it's really, it's something fun to do, isn't it? And especially if you do like the great outdoors, the theme is perfect for you, isn't it? So I encourage you to join that. I think you can join from early July or even late June, I think, in Scotland, but in England and Wales and Northern Ireland in early July. And I suppose if you choose to read this book, if you want to read this book, or if you want to listen to me just now for a minute, I'll tell you about it. In fact, I'll read you a bit. It's about a girl. She's called Tarn. She's the figure in the foreground, and she loses her brother in the Second World War at Dunkirk, and he's reported dead, and she's got to feel, cope with grief and loss. But then she starts seeing him among the fells and by the tarn, and she's thinking, is she being haunted by her brother? And she's not. There's another reason she keeps seeing him. And I thought I want to read you a bit, just a minute, and then I want to tell you what inspired me to write this book. Tarn tried to smile, studying the water again, as the wind wove patterns across its waves. Then she found herself focusing on the stone refreshment hut, now on the opposite side of the water to them. Had she seen something? A movement in the rough brown bracken behind the hut. A figure. It could have been a sheep, of course, moving the foliage around, or the wind doing the same, or a man. There were stories about men hiding up on the fells, cowards avoiding the war, too afraid to fight, or German spies watching, sending messages home to Berlin. There were even rumours of men who fled to the fells to avoid the Great War of 1914 and had lived here in the wild ever since, unaware the war had ended 2 decades ago. Tarn sighed. Her imagination was running away with her. It was most likely she'd just seen a sheep. She looked back out over the Tarn, the local name for the small lake that Joss had named after her after. Yes, this had been their place. Joss had taught her to swim here, and on hot summer days they would float, heads back, staring at the clouds. The water was dark away from the shore, and it had always made Tarn shiver when she thought about what might be down in its depths. Joss had known she was scared, but he'd encouraged her to face her fears. He told her that Easedale Tarn was bottomless, and that if you could swim out into its centre, tread water and hold your nerve, you could cope with anything the world would throw at you. So this is the place where Tarn and her brother Joss came when they were younger, and there's a lot of stuff goes on here during the book, and if you give it a go, I really hope you enjoy it. I have to say though, this book was inspired a lot by my favourite author, and my favourite author was called Dorothy Wordsworth, and she lived round here. She lived in Grasmere in the early 19th century, I think that's right, so 18 whatever, sort of roughly around 1800, 1801, etc. I need to check that, but I can't now because I'm making a film for you. And she wrote this, a beautiful diary, and she used to walk around here and she used to write about what she saw. And I just love how any author who's ever written about the great outdoors, which is what this summer reading challenge is about. Dorothy Wordsworth was the one for me. She wrote about it so spectacularly. And when I was writing Angel of Grasmere, I read and reread Dorothy Wordsworth's diaries, journals, just to help me understand how to write better nature scenes. And because Dorothy Wordsworth is the supreme author for that, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so that's my book. That's my inspiration, and I'd like to say, like, do go down and support your local library. Obviously, if you're a child, go and join the summer reading challenge, but if you're a teacher or a parent, just get your kids down to the local library to join the summer reading challenge. We need our public libraries. I wouldn't be an author if it wasn't for public libraries. I wouldn't have had the space or the books to read that made me into an author. Every author I meet was created by public libraries, and if we want to carry on enjoying reading and writing, we've got to support our public libraries. But I'm not just trying to encourage you to do that because it's good to use public libraries. It's good for public libraries, but it's good for you, it's good for us to use our public libraries, and taking part in the summer reading challenge is one thing you can do this summer to support public libraries. End of sermon. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you a happy summer and happy reading and happy everything else. Thank you very much.